Hey guys, thought we'd do something new here. Give you a video update instead of just sending you some pictures in an email. Would be a little more detailed and you can kind of get a better grasp of what's going on. And I thought this would be a good time to start trying the first one because we're finally transitioning into from the demo to the construction phase of things. And starting next week, we're gonna start doing some fairly large construction and get the ball rolling on going towards the finish line instead of demoing and taking bits and pieces off and seeing what we have to work with. Now we have a pretty good grasp of what we're working with and how to move forward. I thought I'd give you some updates on the progression of the construction. So we'll start off here, and I can show you my awesome pruning skills here against the driveway. We had to prune back the bushes here so that the excavator could actually fit down the driveway and not get caught up in the bushes. And Kent, the excavator, is actually starting Tuesday after Memorial Day, and I think we've all talked about this, but I'll kind of give you a walkthrough of the land so you can see what we will be doing here. Right here where the garden is, that's going to be your car park. That's where the pull-off for the cars are going to be. The driveway is going to start sloping down dramatically right about here to give us so that instead of the ground coming down towards the house, at the house the ground will go away towards the driveway so we can have the water run off in a better direction than going directly underneath the house. We're also going to put a French drain in and basically making an L from on the other side of the spring house. There's a dry bed over there, and it will wrap around here and go down to the creek down there. We clearly pruned off all the lilac trees and the shrubs that were around the front porch area. And we've done a little bit of exploring around the foundation of this side of the log house. This is the one that I still don't know exactly what we're working with and how much more work we're going to have to do to shore it up to make sure this lasts. But we definitely are lowering the ground here so that it is below the grade of the actual framing of the house. And we've taken off the brick veneer of that knee wall. You can kind of see roughly where it stopped. But we're going to have Kent come in here and dig this out and see exactly. We know there's concrete underneath the logs. We just don't know how deep it is. So we're going to have Kent dig it out and take a look at what that's going to look like. We did a little bit over here on this side, but we ran out of time and yesterday to do a little more working. So that's one of the first things we'll do here on Tuesday is get an eye on this and see what we need to do to shore up this side of the house. But we did on this side of the house. You can see there's those yellow tubes there full of concrete, and they're curing right now. They are going to be holding up. I guess I should step back a little bit so you can kind of have a view of the whole wall. Now it's kind of hard to see, but maybe I'll show you from inside. Might be a little bit easier inside. Again, this is my first video, so hopefully it'll get a little bit better. But on this side, we have very good news. There is blocks and concrete underneath the log on this side. It spans the whole span, and that concrete is part of this sidewalk. It's all one continuous piece, and there's clearly no cracks or no heave marks from frost affecting that. So this this side of the house looks like it's in good shape. It has been that way for 60, 70 years. So it's definitely not going anywhere. That concrete slab is in great shape, so we don't have to worry about this side of the house settling. And I'll walk you around back. Here we actually got that chimney, that lovely chimney that was on the back of the house. We got that out. That was a little bit more challenging than I thought it was going to be, but we got the thing out. Give you kind of a view from the back. Again, we're going to have 2 windows on either side of this opening, basically where that stud comes up there. There's going to be 2 very big windows on that side, and we'll have a French door in the middle. So you basically have a wall of windows there to kind of let that light into that area. And we're still working on getting rid of the rest of this outbuilding here, but that should be gone this week. In enough time for Kent to get back here and do some excavating work down here. And we're gonna level this all off. This is a pretty big slope right now. It's kind of hard to tell on the video, but that driveway there will basically be where my finger is now, and then it will make its way up to be just even with that walnut tree, that beautiful walnut tree that we're going to keep in your backyard. Obviously, the satellite dish pole is coming out. And as we work our way around here, we have a couple more scrap pieces to take care of, but we spent most of yesterday demoing on the inside so that we could take that jackhammer back. So on Tuesday, we will be cleaning this up for Kent to get this wood out of his way. This will be, we're going to pour a footer right here where the old porch was. That's going to be your mudroom area, and your front porch will be at least out to that corner. If you guys decide to do the wraparound on the log, it'll obviously go around there. I think we've already decided on at least having a deck in front of that door over there. Don't know if we're going to do the porch or not, but we will do that. But the next phase of construction on my end is going to be taking this bump out here out. I think you've seen the pictures of the termite damage in that corner. I'm sorry, not termite damage, carpenter ant damage. And it's actually, they've came a pretty good distance on this exterior wall here. So we're just going to basically tear it all down, save as much of the old 2x4s as we can to reframe with them, and then take the porch, take the roof off, save as much of those old 1x that you can see there, save as much as that as we can, and reuse that in a different place. And then this is going to be the first thing we're going to have new framing on, is this bump out where the kitchen will be. And then obviously we'll go up and do this side, frame out this side of the house, and put the sheeting on it to get it in watertight. Excuse me, I got a little runny nose here. I'm coming through this door here and show you the interior. Again, that's going to be that view going out. We're kind of standing in your what will be the dining room, looking out into that seating area there. And again, I'm writing really nasally, more so than normal. I'm sorry about that, but that's going to be your view, and that's not that beautiful of a view. But as you can see, if we come over to this spot, and this will be where one of the chairs will be in this bump out, so you'll be able to look out and see that view, which is a pretty nice view even on a rainy day. And now you can start hearing the rain hitting the metal roof. Hopefully it won't downpour on me and you can still hear me through this. And then I'm going to move around, and this is going to be sitting on the other side of that what was the porch area, but now the sitting room area. So you'll have a nice view up over that hill as well. So it should be very nice. And inside, you can see a little bit better of what I kind of mentioned earlier. Again, sorry about all the mess, but we're waiting for the excavator to come through here so we don't have to pick up all these rocks and carry them up basically by hand. But those two concrete piers there, they are going to be holding up the logs around the door, because as you can see, there is nothing underneath the door. There was about 1.25 inches of wood that was underneath that doorway, but we cut that out and it's temporarily braced up. I think you can kind of see a shim right there, but we're gonna have supports under that log wall there to help hold the rest of the log. And we also got 4 of the 5 beams that were for the second floor. We took those out when we took, it's going to get a little shaky here. I'm stepping on a lot of big rocks. So when we took out, we had to take out a row of log here. It wasn't really doing too much supporting. It had a lot of cuts and notches out of it. So when we took that out, we took the other joist out, and it allows you to really get a view of how big this area is. Sorry about that zooming. Those joists there are staying. They're going to help keep the walls from bowing out and keep the roof from sagging down too much. But yeah, this is, let me get it in the frame. And this is pretty much the view looking in through what will be right over there will be your kitchen. That wall is coming out. I have the beam here. That's when we take the bump out out and reframe that. There is going to be a beam going directly above. You can kind of see an old timber beam there. We're going to leave that in place, but we're going to put our new beam on top of that. And we have to take those windows out because we don't have enough space clearly there for those windows to be there and have the beam. But the windows will be raised up. Probably not in that location, but they'll be raised up above the beam. And the beam will be a lot easier to put in once we get the framing of the old roof out, to be able to just get it from the outside. And as you can probably see, we got the fireplace here on this dining room side cleared out. Needs a little bit more sledgehammering away to some of the concrete down here below, but we got most of everything jackhammered out, and it looks like it's in good shape. So we can put either an insert there or a fireplace. It's a see-through fireplace, but that's on the other side of that wall is where the toilet's going to be sitting. So that's obviously going to get bricked up. And I'm going to walk you through here. And again, this is going to be your kitchen. Again, sorry about the mess, but we were mainly focusing on jackhammering out all of the 1960s veneer. And as we can stand here, this is what your view is going to be standing in front of the kitchen sink. Obviously, we're going to get rid of the rest of the wood from that outbuilding. Charlie has been, our reclamation guy, has been a little under the weather, so he's a little bit behind, but that's not going to be a problem at all. But yeah, this is going to be the view from the kitchen, so you have a nice view looking at your kitchen sink while you're doing the dishes. And then I'll pan around here, and we got this stone veneer off. Again, this is just going to be covered up, but we needed to get the stone off to give us as much room in the bathroom area as we could, because there's going to be a wall that comes right even with the edge of this chimney here. So this side will be exposed, so you'll see that that chimney wall there as you walk into the kitchen. But there'll be a wall going straight across, basically to the where the center of those two windows are. That's going to be the end of the kitchen run of cabinets. So that's about our update. Hope this is going well. If this looks all right, I'll update it. And if it looks like crap, you probably won't see it because I'll do another one. But I hope you guys get a little more out of this than just seeing pictures. Again, if you guys have any questions or anything you want to go over with me, you know how to get in touch with me.